feet of storm surge poured into Miami's downtown business district. Brickell Avenue became Brickell River.
Just look right here. The water goes all the way to my knees, and I'm going to walk you right through. This is the intersection of Brickell and 13th Street. Take a look at this.
Much of Mary Brickell Village was underwater after a storm dumped a substantial amount of rain in a couple of hours.
Climate change. It can have a deep impact on communities, expanding way beyond environmental conditions. For the residents of the Miami neighborhood, Little Haiti, rising sea levels bring a new wave of more than just water, resting 10 feet above sea level. The elevation of Little Haiti is catching the attention of wealthy investors. As a new development unfolds in the relatively flood-protected area, high-income households are moving in, driving up rent and property value in the neighborhood. Consequently, long-term residents of the community are being priced out and forced to move elsewhere. This is the story of two leaders in the fight for Little Haiti.
I born in Haiti, November 18, 1957. It's a good time for the Haiti. I have 38 years in the United States, living in city of Miami and Little Haiti. 5 or 6 years ago, the developer is beginning to come in Little Haiti. The house is $100,000. They offer $250,000, $350,000. That's a good offer. So the Haitian community is not understand what happened. It is the last 4 years we really understand what happened.
We are here in Little Haiti, which is at the intersection of climate change and immigration, where we have thousands of people who have and businesses that have been displaced and forced out as a result of climate change and climate gentrification. Basically, it's the process whereby developers are coming in en masse into a neighborhood as a result of climate change because they are looking for higher ground. And because they are looking for higher ground, they are buying a lot of the spaces, buildings, and housing. At the same time, they are pressuring residents who have been living in the area for years, sometimes for 50, 60 years, they are pressuring them to sell.
One day I'm finished pay. After 10 days, I see in my door, the landlord is make the paper. It was May 20. He said May 28, everybody leave the building, so they're going to break down the building. I go to the city, that was just making the surgery 2 days after. I said, I just pay my rent. Where am I going? He's come, he take the nail, he close the door. I'm outside. When I go to the city, a lot of people for the city is coming. The senior citizen group and me, we say what we going to do. He said, well, we have the shelter, you go to the shelter. I no, I'm not going to the shelter. I have the money to pay my apartment. The group you have the money to pay. Where they going at the shelter? The city say, well, the first option I have it, only option I have it, everybody move in the shelter. I say, I'm not move. Give me the place, I'm going to live.
While developers are coming from all over the world, from Venezuela, from Chile, from China, to buy, some of them are moving also locally from Miami Beach, seeking higher ground. So we have it coming from all fronts. right? Developers are coming because Little Haiti and Liberty City are the only spaces where land is still cheap, right? Number one. And people from Miami Beach and other areas that are challenged as a result of climate change, they are also coming in seeking higher ground. So this put the residents and the businesses at a very, very disadvantage, because they cannot compete with these developers because they are coming with a lot of cash. And then they are speculating because they are willing to pay so much more, sometimes 3 times, 4 times the actual value of the land, just so they can purchase it and drive people out.
We fight in the court with Magic City, Miss Marleine Bastien. I'm still member with farm. So he said, well, I'm not come to do nothing bad. I make the project that I built up the apartment. I rent out in the cheap price with the Haitian people. We have 70,000 job for the Haitian there. The art gallery inside, outside, for Haitian artists. We take 70%. Magic City have the money. You know, here in the United States, when you have the money, you have the power.
We embrace our roots and innovate into the future. Technologies will advance, expanding our community and our opportunity to thrive. The heartbeat of the Caribbean, a celebration of Haitian and Caribbean culture, presented to the world, inspiring others, immersive and moving. As we build and plan consciously for tomorrow, we celebrate the unique and vibrant community we're creating with sustainable design. Our resiliency is a force of nature, managing our resources to develop a neighborhood where individuals live, work, learn, play, and create.
Some residents who have been enticed, right, by the amount of money that some of these developers are offering them, because they do not know, they think that they're doing a good deal. Let me give you an example. If you're a Haitian immigrant, you bought your home in the late 70s, early 80s for $50,000. The developer comes to you and offered you $200,000. You think, wow, this is really a good deal. Then you sell. And a lot of people lost their homes in that process, only to realize with the $200,000, they cannot purchase anywhere else.
It is really sad the developer is come to broke the Haitian community like that. So as a victim too, the building that was live in 60th Street, who's the people living there? That's the people disabled, the retirement person. So the low income, it was live there, that was live there too. We don't have nothing against Magic City. We want development in the community. The problem is Magic City is come to broke Little Haiti. Non-existence for Little Haiti is take over. That's a problem. When it's first coming, he say, well, I'm not come to break down nothing. I want to make a investment for large economic in the Little Haiti, something like that. It's not that. It's buy the building with the Haitian business. After a couple of months, he say, get off in that place.
The city, the planning department at the city of Miami has a responsibility vis-a-vis these residents. They have a responsibility vis-a-vis the businesses. Most importantly, they have a responsibility vis-a-vis the homeowners, because these people, they've been paying taxes in the city for 40, 50 years. So they deserve to be protected, right? And realize that there have been a lot of disinvestments in the area too. So the way the developers have been trying to present it, oh, we are here to invest, to change the neighborhood for you. But these are neighborhoods that have been victimized, that have suffered disinvestment for years. So the city has not really invested much into building infrastructure. And then now the developers are coming with the billions, and suddenly, you're asking people to move out. It is our bedrock belief that people who build their neighborhoods, people who build their communities deserve to live in them.
We want Little Haiti back. We want Magic City is contribute to developing Little Haiti. It's not broke down like that.
We're not anti-development. We're not saying that development is bad, because we're smart people, we're intelligent people. We know that development will occur anyway. But what we don't want is what's happening in Little Haiti, in Liberty City, what we call predatory development, where speculation reigns, where speculation is king. There are models that can be replicated where developments can occur while the residents are able to stay. I think we can make it happen.
My dream, we want another Little Haiti, the Haitian back in Little Haiti, open the business. I want the large Haitian community there, so the children the Haitian is make there is 40, 50 years now. He's a lawyer, he's a doctor, police officer, he's a nurse. We want the Magic City contribute to make Little Haiti, Little Haiti.